So there's currently a 7-part series going viral on TikTok about how basically Hailey Bieber was obsessed with Selena Gomez and not Justin Bieber. What if I told you I think it's a little bit more sinister than that? Because a key factor of that whole story that's missing is the involvement of the church in their entire love story. Because every single instance where there were these key things like the G tattoo and Hailey driving past Selena's house, all of these things were happening with people involved with certain celebrity churches being there with her to guide her to do this. So sure, maybe she loved Justin Bieber as a young girl, but I think she was also groomed to be there for Justin Bieber, just to be put in his face. And he himself has said, I think it was an arranged marriage. He said it on Ellen when Demi Lovato was the host. So yeah, Selena Gomez does have a G tattoo, and not long after she got that tattoo, Hailey and Justin Bieber got matching G tattoos for their pastor's daughter. Now, they're not the only ones who have those tattoos. There are a lot of celebrities and athletes throughout the country, honestly, who have the G tattoo for Georgia, Chad Veach's daughter. But it wasn't just like on a whim, Hailey and Justin decided to get this G tattoo. No, it was very orchestrated. They didn't go to a tattoo parlor. They got tattooed in a hotel room in Switzerland while Justin was on tour, while his pastor was with him supervising the whole thing. Now, do you think it was their idea or you think it was his idea? And it just so happened to be matching with Selena. And then there was the story about Hailey driving past Selena's house while she was in rehab, just cruising by her house with her pastor's wife. What are the odds it would be her, Chad Veach's wife? And then there's the Lou Taylor of it all, because Lou Taylor has proudly been on the board at Church Home, and she owns TriStar Entertainment that was involved with Diddy to the extent of having some of his homes in the name of TriStar Entertainment. And she recently took herself off of the board of Church Home, where she was so proud to be on that board for so long, and now she's erased from the website. If you know anything about the Free Britney movement, you know about known gremlin Lou Taylor and her involvement in Hollywood. She has her sticky little fingers on anything where a young person might be into some trouble with the law. She's there ready to put them in a conservatorship. Lou Taylor also was a big part of Justin Bieber selling off his catalog, being one of the youngest performers to sell off their entire catalog. Now, why would he do that? Because it's pretty unprecedented for that to happen for a performer as young as Justin Bieber. And recently there have been headlines where Hailey allegedly is saying that she wants to distance herself from Church Home. Now, Church Home, in my opinion, was used as a funnel to launder money off of Britney Spears because she was unknowingly tithing a huge percentage of her money into this church. Britney Spears should be a billionaire a couple of times over just on fragrances alone, not even including her catalog and her Vegas show and her merch. All of that, she should be a billionaire, and she wasn't allowed to spend her money for so long. So where did that money go? Yes, Jamie, who was friends with Lou Taylor, who was the reason she was in the conservatorship, Jamie and Lou conspired and took money from her and put it through their church. Now, where did that money go? Some people say that it went to the Kardashians. Some people say that it went to Diddy's victims. We don't know, but that's what's out there as a rumor. My conspiracy theory, as someone who has researched and done deep dives on literally all of these people, including the Hillsong money laundering scandal and everyone involved, I can tell you my tinfoil hat theory. It is that Justin Bieber was starting to get in some trouble at a very young age when he was spending time with Selena. Selena had an issue. She went to rehab for it. Justin didn't. I think he got arrested at like a Dave & Buster's. He was getting into some legal trouble. I think that as soon as someone starts to get in legal trouble, Lou Taylor starts to sniff around. She has a history of going after young Hollywood as soon as the police are called on them one time. So I think Lou Taylor started buddying up to Justin Bieber's mother after he got arrested. And she said, either we're going to put him in a conservatorship so that you can be in charge of all of his money, or we let the church handle it, and maybe we set him up with a nice girl and she can get married, and then we have a little bit more control over his life, almost like an ultimatum. And I think that Stephen Baldwin, who also has a relationship with Lou Taylor, wanted to get in on that because he had a young daughter that was pliable. He needed the money, and he was so evangelical Christian that he was not working in Hollywood, and he was hanging around young Hollywood. He got a Hannah Montana tattoo in hopes that he would get get cast on Hannah Montana. He didn't. So I think that these people all, I mean, people have said maybe Haley is his handler, and I think maybe to an extent she is, but I don't even know if she knows she is. I think she was so young when people started pushing her in front of Justin Bieber that this is all she knows. And I think she truly was groomed to maybe be a little obsessed with him because that was the goal from not only her, but the adults around her and that consistently stay around her and Justin even into adulthood. I think more than it being Haley obsessed with Justin, it's a bunch of adults who took advantage of Justin and used her as the scapegoat, in my opinion. I mean, she's still involved with it to whatever extent, but take a closer look at the religious people around Justin and their track record and the other people they spend time with, and make your own conclusions.